Yo, what's good? We're back. So this is a different type of video. This I'm gonna go over a macro I built. Um, and I'm gonna show you how it works. So OBS will you'll see this screen and my game screen. So I'm actually gonna make the game screen a little smaller. Make this screen a little bigger. Um, Move some stuff around. There we go. Okay, cool. So pretty much, don't worry about the game screen. Mainly focus on the main screen. I know it's been a long time. A lot of stuff's going on. I don't really think about this game at all. I don't really play it as much. But I woke up and I looked on my phone and I saw that I had a macro on it in the files on my phone. So I was like, hey, let me go make a macro with Python, and that's what I did. So I actually sent it in the Discord, but here is the entire Twine 24 macro. I'm not gonna show all the code, but it is here. As you can see, there is no big virus thing. I'm gonna zoom all the way out. You can see literally everything. That's where people hide malware and stuff. They zoom all the way out and they go like they do this and they press like tab a bunch of times and they put like malware and stuff over there. There's nothing like that here. This is fully like legitimate. It has everything you need right here in the main function, and it uses PyAuto GUI. Very simple. But I actually also made it an executable file. So if you go here to the dist file, here's where you'll find the application, right? I'm gonna close you because you're ugly. Also, this macro does use aerial launcher. You need the auto kick here, and it has like a little weird thing so you can like automatically get to the console. Also, if you have lag, it might not work as well. Specifically because it does rely on the hoverboard, and it also relies on like the booster pads, and those are very reliant on you not having lag and you moving with the hoverboard does, and lag does affect it. And sometimes they may pull up short, and for that reason, if you go to Fortnite, you'll definitely want to turn off fire if you have a PCL, or just in general if you don't want to break stuff in your base when you're loading it. So literally every time before you go here and you press this X button, just turn off fire. Otherwise, as soon as you open the executable file, you have about whatever 5 seconds or so. This is around like 6 seconds for you to move it from this to this, or to minimize it. But I'm gonna show you it here. So as soon as it starts, actually I'm gonna restart it, and this is a perfect time to show. So if you like press escape a couple times, it'll work. This is a perfect time to show. I'm gonna zoom in on like a lot here. So if I do Control C, it'll stop the macro. And if I load it back up again, so we begin soon. This will ruin the whatever bar, but I low-key don't really care about it that much, so like whatever. Whatever. This is, well, yeah, there we go. Okay, as you can see, it is loading into endurance, and on my screen it's a lot easier to see this because I have a lot bigger of a screen than whatever you're seeing on OBS. But it is like actually moving around somewhat fluidly on the screen. And yep, so it actually found the yellow pixel immediately where the launch button is, so it's gonna launch in about 5 seconds. I made it count down as well, so extra convenience. Unfortunately, I cannot predict how long it'll take for you to load in your sound shield. Really sorry about that. Um, this relies on image detection as well, or sorry, not image, pixel detection. So it's very heavily reliant on pixel detection. The reason also I have a timer for the launch button is because sometimes it will like turn gray for like 3 years, and it just like will break on you. So that's to prevent that. That's also to have you like load a little bit, so it won't break ever. And this relies on the health bar. So the next function will make sure it sees the health bar in like a little pixel, which is also why your video settings need to be perfect, as well as colorblind mode. So if you're like colorblind, unfortunately you're gonna have to turn them off for this to work, because most people don't have it on. But it will work perfectly. Also, you can edit the code if you want to for the other versions. Not this version though. This version I'm keeping as an exe file. I'm just saying it as an exe because it's like I don't have to be playing it to people. So it'll let you know when you enter the home base, and it'll wait 30 seconds. So you know how as soon as you enter a home base, some people have like 1,000 ping, and that will affect the hoverboards. So I'm making sure I wait 30 seconds so you don't lag anymore. Right now I have like about 2 ping, so it shouldn't be that big of an issue. But for some people it's more of an issue. So this is to make it as consistent as possible. And fortunately nothing's 100%. So sometimes it won't work, but it should work like every time with this. So it actually also you need WASD, because it is moving with WASD. No one uses like ESDF, so like I don't know why, whatever. But it uses the hoverboard, and as you can see, we waited for the lag to go away, and now I'm at the console, and it will move to Storm Shield Endurance, and it'll start the endurance now. And what's cool about this is that after a couple seconds, it'll start a timer, and now you can see what wave it is and the total time you spent in the endurance and how many you've done during the session. It doesn't count how many you've done total since you've like installed the program. It'll tell you like how many you've done total since you pressed start go on the whatever application. So as you can see, it does work. It actually resets every 5 seconds or around there. It rounds up, so it could go to 31 or 30. 31. Okay. So as you can see, this does work, and what's cool is it uses aerial auto kick. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm just gonna pretend. Oh, so we just hit wave 30, and it auto kicked, claimed, claimed other rewards. And what it does, it will go to the main screen, and it will detect a blue pixel. So every 5 seconds, it detects a blue pixel. This could take like a minute, or it could take 30 seconds, but it is very precise. Like as soon as you let out, it will look for that pixel, non-stop. So also, it doesn't take up too much RAM at all. Mainly also because you're like kind of wiping. You're literally like wiping all the data every time you like clear. Like every time you see this, it clears the screen, clears the terminal, and wipes all the data. So this is probably taking up like 4 bytes worth of data, to be honest, because it is like running like 4 functions total. It's also scanning a pixel, like one single pixel. So if that at all eats your RAM, that's your PC's fault. So I'm gonna wait a little bit here. Yep. So it just detected the pixel. Endurance finished. Beginning restart now. It should take like 5 seconds or so, and it'll start the macro again. And I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. I'm going to actually I don't know if I even can. I literally don't know how to do that. I'm just gonna let it go again. I would edit this out if I wanted to edit this, but bogey, I don't know if I really care that much too. You know what? I'll edit out the. No, I'm not gonna edit out anything. Screw you. You're gonna have to sit here with me. I don't know if you'll even make it this part, but I want to show you the counter like going up. But this is me simulating endurance is going, so you don't have to wait like 3 hours. But I think I've sent it out on White Walker, sent it out on Vase, a few other servers. I don't know if anyone else has tested it. I've had one person test it, which I've given them a program, and it technically did work. So, yeah. Also, with the hoverboard platform, I will be showing you that entire thing, and you also need to upgrade it. You need to make sure it's upgraded tier 3, because for some reason tier 1 metal has like bumps on it, and it won't work as well with tier 1 metal, and it'll like go short with tier 1 metal. So you need at least tier 2, I think. The box isn't necessary. There are 2 walls that are necessary inside of it, and I will show you those immediately as soon as we get into the space. And we're almost in. I could put connecting instead of launching, but I feel like launching's better because connecting makes it seem like it's disconnected. So, oh, another 30-second lag. Wait, that's nice. Yeah, this is like the most consistent macro I think I've literally ever seen in my entire life, though. Considering it has like sometimes like I'll mess up like a piece of code and it'll still work. So, but there's like I triple check the code, it should be fine. And let's see. I will send this out. The colors you can't change. I mean, you can change them. It's just like I don't know. I feel like they're good. I added some emojis for some fun as well to some of the things. So hopefully it makes it more interesting. Counters should go up again, 1,000% consistent if you have low ping. E for interact, and there. Also, different languages might be weird. Think about it, because of pixel detection and the size of pixels. Yeah. So as you can see, it says endurance is down 1, and it'll reset the time elapsed as well. I could make it to where it'll show the total time elapsed, but you don't want to see like 50,000 seconds. I don't think anyone will really care about that once you do. So, hoverboard thing starts right at spawn. You need these 2 walls. These are the 2 walls you need. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And you have these 4 low walls. And then you drop down 1. You add 3 low walls to the back side of this. And you add a hoverboard thing going about like right there. And on here, you need this because it will, you know, do that. And you need at least this wall. You don't really need this wall. You kind of might want this one. I don't know. And this one's necessary. These 2 are definitely necessary. This one you could get away with having this one out. But the rest of it is necessary. I just have a box here in case I want to like trap people, and so they also can escape here. But you need this. You can't have it be like this because this sometimes decides not to work because you can clip off the top of here. I know because I've done it before. That's about it though. This macro has worked very well for me, as you can see. I'm gonna go to OBS and actually increase the size of this screen, so you can see on aerial I've got 16k gold, 16k gold here, 14,000 reperk, 7,000 epic perk up, and 2,000 legendary. This is I think from like barely even a night of running it. So if that says anything about the fact that it works, it works. And yeah, that's about it. If I think of anything, I'll put it in the comments or description or something. Description, I'll put like, I don't know, the Discord servers you can join, and then like look at the macro or whatever. That's about it. See you later.